Going to review the oil sequence of operation using a CAD cell primary on the trainer board here. Now we don't have a thermostat, so we have a power switch. We have our power switch. We have our thermostat here, or switch for thermostat. Have my CAD cell eye down here. Right now it's covered so we don't see flame. I have my ignition up here, that's the red. I have my burner motor, that's the blue. And I have my oil valve solenoid, that's my green. So we turn power on my ignition control, my primary controls right up here. So we turn the power on, our primary control will cycle through on and off for our power up. And it just sits here waiting on a call for heat. Now when I turn on my, close my thermostat, okay, we turn on the burner motor and we turn on the igniter. Again, the burner motor is my center light, my igniter is my top light. Notice I haven't opened my oil valve solenoid yet. What I'm doing here is up the pump pressure. Now the solenoid opens and we should see light on the CAD cell. Okay, once we see light on the CAD cell, which indicates flame, eventually here my igniter, which is the top bulb, is going to shut off because now I have flame. Okay, and as long as I have flame, I don't need another ignition control. Now let's see the call for heat ends. We go through this. My CAD cell is now in the dark. Okay, so correct operation again is we begin our ignition sequence. We build up pump pressure, we start our igniter, and once my pump pressure is up at full speed and I have pressure on my oil line based on time, the solenoid opens, we have flame, and the CAD cell eye sees flame. Now let's go through this and see what happens if we don't have flame. Okay, I come in here, my thermostat's calling, my burner motor comes on, my igniter comes on. We're waiting for the solenoid. Again, this is a timing. Okay, we want the solenoid to open. My pump's spinning. I have oil pressure. My solenoid opens. I now should have flame in the chamber. Okay, now there's a safety in here that once the ignition sequence is complete, which we'll have momentarily here when the top light goes out, now my igniter isn't running anymore. So as long as the igniter's off and I have flame, we're fine. Now what happens if the flame goes out? We don't want to continue dumping unburned oil in here. So now flame goes out. See how fast that shuts down? And we have my blinking light up here that says flame has gone out and we need to recycle this control. Okay, now this control does not have a reset button on it any place. So what we want to do is we basically turn power off. Okay, and we can turn the power back on. And we could try another cycle. Now there's another safety on this as well, that this is not going to allow to run if there's already, if there's flame. Okay, in other words, if I have light on my CAD cell, it's not going to allow the sequence to start up at all because it already thinks there's light on the CAD cell. The CAD cell has to be in the dark for the whole sequence to start running. That's to make sure that no one has bypassed the CAD cell just by leaving it in the light. Again, the CAD cell tells us if we have flame, if everything's good with the furnace. Okay, and this could be a boiler or whatever. So there we have our ignition. Okay, once the CAD cell sees light. Okay, once the CAD cell sees light, we'll shut off our igniter. Means we have flame, we have oil, all's good in the land of CAD cells. Call for heat is over. We shut everything down and we get ready for the next cycle.